Welcome back to round one coverage of the Rock Road Rumble. This is back 9 at Endicott Park. This is part of the Killer Bee series hosted by the St. Louis Disc Golf Club, driven by End of a Champion Disc. Zackeriath Johnson, our leader at 5 under, has a 4-way tie of players behind him at 4 under, including Andrew Presnell, who's on this card. And then behind that tie is a massive group at 3 under, tied for 6, which includes Adrian Chevalier, who is also on our feature card here at Endicott Park. Hole 10, 277, par 3. Another hole where it's just options of where you want to do it. I always find from filming the guys on here that their biggest difficulty they'll see on this hole, besides of course navigating the trees, is just getting that disc to settle once it gets down around the basket here. Even with the tree kick, Adrian being able to get in there close to the pin. Hole 10 was the second easiest hole on the round. And actually 8, 9, and 10, all 3 played as the top 3 easiest holes for this course for MPO today. Only 8% of the field got a bogey, or basically only 8% of the field didn't get a par or better. As we watch our feature group here come in for their birdie putts, everybody's down near the pin. A quick work of hole 10 by our featured group. Hole 11, 277, another par 3. This sloping right to left, of course, the whole hole. There is a little bit of a drop off behind the basket that gets into some thick brush. So, being short, being where you want to make that putt either straight uphill, or if you're a little bit further right, you can be kind of eye level with the pin. That shot is something that would normally skip in, and I'm sure that's why Adrian threw it, skipping closer to the pin, but it looked like it caught a root right where it landed, just took all the momentum out of that disc. Andrew going with a big forced turnover, hoping that flattens out and gets back, and it was just a little early. A little too much juice on that one. So Zach will be kind of pinned high, but he'll be well left of the basket there, so he'll have some stuff to navigate through. And that's where I was saying it's not a bad spot to be if you want to be more eye level with it, as opposed to being on the left and right. Adrian just electing the layup, take the easy par here for him. Looking at this hole, there was 10 birdies on the day. Huge birdie putt. There's one of them right there by Zackeriath. Through the trees. But yeah, 28% of the field birdie in this hole, so. Taylor with another one. So 2 of the 10 coming on feature card. Andrew in for his par, and that'll get him 2 back of the leader now. Hole 12, 428, par 4. This hole's fun. It shapes left or right, and then right here at the end, you're going back slightly to the left. So a lot of movement required on this disc. Fairly open fairway if you can keep it in there. Anything on the left side is a place where you're really just gonna have to take your medicine. It opens up on the right over here once you get past that corner. Taylor being on the right, there's not a lot over there. A much better position or much better of a miss than that left side. Zach throwing. This is where you want a low, late turning forehand. Hate to nace the guy weeks after the event, but it looked like it could. Adrian pushed up a little further right than Taylor's, but again, like that right side, there's just a lot less of the small leafy stuff, a lot less of those honeysuckles that you got to deal with and other smaller trees. Andrew leaving it down the left, and he'll have a fairly straight shot at his approach here. Him and Zackeriath both basically in the fairway for this hole. Good out by Taylor coming from that right edge. Andrew just showing us how you just walk it in on this hole. You throw a mid-range to that first turn, overstable mid-range to get you left to the pin, and don't hit your head on the way out. Hole 13, 310 foot. I say that the back 9 here at Endicott's a little bit tougher, and it's because of the holes coming up. 13, 14, 15. 16 is not an easy walk in. 17, 18 can be some tough birdie holes as well. But these next three or four here, definitely playing on the tougher side for the scoring averages. 13 being the second hardest hole for the round. Yeah, well done by Adrian to get it down there close to the basket. Taylor too. Look, kicked away from the pin, but still close enough. Be all right. And I think the difficulty in these holes is there's a lot going on the way to the pin where there's something that can easily knock you down early and it just takes the birdie out. The pars aren't that hard to get to. A lot of holes in this course, didn't see anything worse than a bogey. And that goes for hole 13. It's playing as hard as it was. 33% of the field bogeyed the hole, but nobody had a double bogey. Hole 14, 425-foot par 3. This and hole 12 are the two longest holes, with hole 12 being about 3 foot longer on the scorecard. This is the most open hole in the course as we navigate the backside of the park here across this typical football practice area. I think I've seen it used as other things. Adrian leaving it wide right, needs to come back. You got a full flight view of Zach's disc. You can tell from that angle the players are throwing something that has to get just a little up over a hill, and then about just over halfway through this hole it slopes back down towards the basket. Just, you don't want to be, it's the possibility is there to throw it into the ground early. But with the distance, everybody's pretty much throwing it high enough that that's not an issue here. Previous years, we've seen pin locations that were kind of further back than this one, back in those trees. I really like this one. It's not the hardest pin location, but players do give it a good run off the tee. Some really good drives, and you're rewarded with, you get a really good drive down here somewhere between where Adrian and Andrew are standing right now, and you can get something that's easily inside circle 1 skipping in there. So shout out to Max Anderson, Nick Hansen, and Ryan Holmes for their 3 birdies on hole 14. Hole 15, 342 par 3. This one's pushed back on this right side gap. You can throw something over the top and try to get over these early trees, early vegetation here, or either something that's going to just come down straight through this lower area. Taking that lower route, you do have to contend with the roots on the ground down there. They can really wreak havoc on placement. Really unpredictable. If you do like to take that higher route, you want to throw more of a hyzer shot to get it to come through there. A lot cleaner.
That answered my question.
Taylor definitely taking a higher route, and he's hyzering through. Great shot on 15. It's not easy to do, but you can really guarantee yourself closer to the basket if you can push it far enough down before it starts to drop in. Yeah, with Zach's coming in early. Got caught up. Andrew elected to take the low route, and he got a favorable ground play skip, and that is closer than Taylor's. So yeah, both routes working, and both routes, you know, also holding people back. Adrian looked like he had just one little tree to beat. Hole 15 wasn't a top 5 hardest hole on the day. As we see a huge par putt, the safest par from Adrian, but it did play .17 over par. The Taylor's in for birdie. Andrew will be in for birdie. There was 4 total. Nick Hansen again carded another birdie, so he got 13 and 14. But Thomas Fahn with the other birdie. Hole 16, 280 foot. This is a left or right uphill drive. So a little bit more elevation than what we've been seeing for the last few holes here. You want to keep this one low to get underneath those trees on the right. Forehand is definitely the play here. So it's going to give you the best chance to skip underneath everything and up towards the pin. Taylor had to right. He got it up there close, but I think he had something hard, so I wonder if he could have had a good ace front on it with that skip.
No, dude.
And Andrew's turnover just getting caught. That'll leave him at least 80, 90 short as he's trying to keep pace with Zackeriath. And Adrian as well being caught up early. He pushed a little bit further out, but tough for both players there. And Zach, another one inside circle 1. What? What? It didn't make any noise. It just leaks into the side. He didn't even know it went in. He didn't even know it was, he didn't even understand why it stayed in. Excuse me. He's seen it go in. Yeah. Wow. Monster putt for the birdie, and that will put him in a tie. Well, I mean, Zach's pretty much parked here on this hole, but. And Adrian not to be phased or big putted at all. Back-to-back replays. This is silliness, just dropping them in there. Oh, man. So, huge putt by Andrew, locking him into a tie now. round one here. Taylor in for his bird, and because of the miss by Zach, that's going to allow him to get within one of the leaders. Crazy stuff unfolding on hole 16, which was the 5th easiest hole in the day. But hey, now we're on to 17, and this one's playing out to the left. It's favoring that hyzer route. The trouble with this hole for any backhand players is you got to get over the middle ditch full of honeysuckle and lower trees, smaller trees. There is the forehand route that I'm sure we're going to see. Yeah, Taylor looks like he's going to line it up. You're just going to try to crash into the basket, but if you get it wide enough, there's less to contend with until you're closer to the basket. So gives you a chance to push further down the fairway there. And he's going to be caught up just outside, probably right around circle one edge or a little bit further. Ooh, Andrew giving it a big run on that hyzer line, coming in just past the pin. Adrian taking the same route. And he too getting knocked straight down, but getting knocked down inside the circle. There's the forehand route for Zackeriath. Have some left. A little circle 2 putt here. And it doesn't matter. The frustration is understandable. Making a huge putt there. Wishing he had 16 back now. So that 9 down, barring a crazy miss by Andrew, which we've seen this round already from players. That was almost a good flick throw in there, Taylor. Good throw there. But Andrew will be keeping that tie going into the 18th hole. Oh, and Adrian gonna lose a stroke. Lose 2 strokes on the card on the leaders here with the bogey. Good drive, good putt by Andrew to get the 2 and to keep that tie with Zackeriath going in the 18th hole. All right, hole 18. Our 54th hole on the weekend. 390-foot par 3. The cart path is not playing as a river or OB this year, so fair play there. You got a little bit of a backstop coming into this basket for the players. It's definitely within everybody's wheelhouse. The backhand roller is there. You can throw something low turning. That's our early first tree by Andrew, probably about a little over 200 out now from the pin.
OB. It's not OB this year, is what he just said.
Can Adrian get through? Yeah. Oh, no.
Good pull though, man.
It hit a, looked like he hit a, like one of the last remaining limbs coming out of that first area on that side of the cart path. So everybody getting caught up either on or before the cart path, or walking path, I guess. It's not a golf course, so walking path. Adrian for his 2, ringing up the medal again, just being a little short of the basket. Good bid. Zach to take a 1-stroke lead going into round 2. Whoa, that was all over it, and then just past it. So Zach will still get his 1-stroke lead over Andrew going into round 2 with the bogey. And that's only his 2nd bogey on the weekend. So 3 rounds and just 2. Not something that he'd be proud of, but definitely playing some solid golf for the weekend. Only 1 back of the leader now. So after 18 holes, after round 1, we got a tight race at the top. Taylor Thomas, first time on camera, shooting a 7 down at Endicott, coming in just 2 back of the leader. That puts him in a tie for 4th, but he misses out on lead card to Nick Hansen from Gatekeeper Media, who also shot a 7 down on the course, has the better PDJ number. We'll see Nick and Phil McGuire back from who was at the Passage. He'll be back on our coverage with us. Round 2, Sioux Passage Park coming up. Thanks for watching.